Good evening, good night, good morning, everyone, your lovelies. This is the one, the only Happy D Barra, and we are doing a review for NXT July 29th, 2025. This NXT is coming off the coast of a pretty bad, pretty awful Monday Night Raw, which is the go home show for the summer slot. We are going to be reviewing this show and seeing if this show can possibly outperform Monday Night Raw, which probably isn't hard because we all know Shawn Michaels is wearing the pants in this WWE NXT bro-off that's happening right now when it comes to the booking. Pretty straightforward card all around. Jada Parker goes up against, I don't want to call her nobody, but the commentary didn't really do a great job of expressing their name. Also, the marketing and advertising team for WWE is just god awful. So Jada Parker picks up a win. The transphobe gets a victory. Correct. Hooray! 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 You know, lucky us. Good for us. Jada Parker, she's not an unattractive woman, but her mind and some of her outside of the ring thoughts are just a little unsavory. I'll put it like that. So but good for Jada Parker. She's obviously getting a rocket put to her. That's nice. Moving right along, Trick Williams is out there yapping about fucking nothing. He's out there just talking about how he stole the TNA championship and how he's going to become a 2-time champion. Everyone better look out and all this other shit. And I'm like, bro, you've been in NXT literally since the Biden administration. I'm so worn out with this whole gimmick of like I'm the fucking king honcho at NXT. The same issue that bleeds into a lot of these NXT talents are bleeding into Trick as of right now, and has been a constant issue. You could say it's been a reoccurring injury for this roster. They have such amazing talent that can perform at such a high octane level, but they can't call them up because the main roster is already stacked. The main roster is already stuffed with fucking talent. And after the fucking main talent either gets injured or they finish up a title run, the booking doesn't allow for anyone to be built organically or properly. So now we're just left in a bit of a stalemate where all of these superstars are just left in quote unquote developmental for the rest of their life. It's a bit of a hellscape. He's out there with Javon Evans again, turning fecal matter into fucking gold, doing the best he can with that. He has a match later on with Wes Lee, which is probably the highlight of this night, probably the highlight of this week when it comes to WWE, but we'll be getting to that later. Really nonsensical promo though. Like, this promo really does nothing. It really, if anything, kind of just further buries the TNA talent, being that if anything, Trick should be cutting this promo on TNA in front of TNA talent. Hypothetically, his next TNA challenger, but instead he's on NXT. Maybe he'll be on TNA in the weeks following. I'm just gonna kind of move right along through this card. Damian Priest. He goes up against a guy I've seen a lot on Twitter, but again, blanking on my name. The advertising for this company isn't the best. But pretty good match. Like rap wise, I think was pretty solid all around. Damian did end up picking up the win. It seems like he's really sharpened his skill set in the ring, which is awesome. His new finisher is kind of like a swing body slam. It was nice, man. It was nice. It was really entertaining to see. But again, this match is just kind of like filler, like that's the issue with some of these cards. Like, they treat these matches literally like developmental. So if there's no story, if there's not even any pop throughout the entire match, it's just like, oh, this is developmental, so who cares? Oh, congratulations, you beat the developmental show, right? Whatever. Moving right along. Again, this card doesn't have a lot going on, honestly, guys. There's not a lot going on in this card. Like, there's good graps. It's like pretty decent matches all around. But it's really not a lot happening. We get a body shaming segment from Blake Monroe. She essentially just goes out there and says, hey, Jordynne Grace, remember you used to be fat and ugly? Hey, Jordynne Grace, remember you used to be like depressed and in the background of all the fucking WWE promos and like backstage? And I really didn't like this. There is already a really serious problem with body dysmorphia and an eating disorder inside and outside of WWE's locker rooms, just in the model world period when it comes to women in the performative arts. And to sit here and kind of egg on this kind of like trashing of somebody's person, and it's not even a personality, right? There's a really interesting quote from Charlotte Flair with her back and forth with Tiffany Stratton. She said, you know, when she was talking about my divorce, I had to understand that she couldn't be talking about Charlotte. She had to be talking about me, the person outside of Charlotte, right? Because Charlotte's just a character for TV. So to attack the person outside of Jordynne Grace, of like who's Jordynne Grace on TV, to attack like the person, it's just low. It's low. Nobody in the crowd was even reacting. It was just a lot of oohs and like the crowd was very uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable segment. It ends up just getting blown up though by essentially the same spot that Collision did to end their match, which was 4 women brawling in the ring. The crowd wasn't really as lively for it though, but you know, Jada Parker is out there, you know, the thick transphobe, so everyone got a good rise out of that. You know, good for them. You know, good for them. Hey, if you're enjoying the show, you know, I want people to enjoy the show at a solid pace, but I'm calling it how I see it. And so far we have, as of right now, we only have 2 matches with not a lot happening. Pretty solid raps, I guess. We have a Trick Williams burial of the entire TNA talent, and then we have a body shaming segment. So we're about halfway. We're about halfway through the show right now, and I'm giving you guys everything that's going on here. I guarantee you I am. Ethan Page, he ends up having a match with Santino Marella. This does cap off the night, but guys, I can give less of a fuck about this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Ethan Page, he does end up going over, which is nice, but this does kind of create validity to the point that TNA is just literally being used as a little like punk boy stick. Like, they're just gonna keep punking out and bitching fucking TNA because they know they can. They know they have the, you know, they know nobody's essentially gonna like really stop them or get in their way with it. Because, you know, because WWE owns TNA, so it's not like you could exactly just kind of like argue against it or fight back or what you would have it. Yeah, but Santino Marella, he looked pretty solid in the ring. So did Ethan Page. Again, like, none of these wrestlers on this roster are bad wrestlers. It really just comes from the story that they're trying to tell. And not for nothing, I just don't give a fuck about the story. I don't care about the story. There's not a lot happening here. This is supposed to be like TNA getting like their small little get back on NXT and WWE at large. That's not going to happen. If you ask me, you guys are already a week behind this invasion storyline. Like, we're not in a great place. We're not in a great place. We'll be ending off the night with our Javon Evans and Wes Lee match. So moving forward, we have Last Legend versus, again, I'm really not trying to be rude here, but the advertising for this match wasn't Last Legend going up against Sue Daly, or you know what I mean, or like some random Sue. It's Nia Jax running in, and now Nia Jax has beef with Last Legend because of why is Nia Jax, a former world champion, beating up on a quote unquote underproven, quote unquote in development superstar in Last Legend? Why, when Last Legend isn't even the champion? I don't know what the fuck this company's doing, man. I don't know. Like, Last Legend should maybe be your United States champion going on a fucking reign of terror, and now Last Legend's just on Monday Night Raw saying, hey, you punk ass bitch, give me a match. Or like, I don't know, bruh. I'm not excited for this, because if this means that Nia Jax is going to be on the next NXT pay-per-view instead of the next WWE pay-per-view, that means that they're severely undervaluing her talent in and outside of the ring. Like, the internet loves her. They adore Nia Jax. And Nia Jax isn't the worst wrestler in the world. Is she the sharpest? Is she the smoothest? Is she the most technical wrestler on the face of the planet? No. But for what she can do in that ring and what she can create when it comes to character work, when it comes to in-ring psychology, I'm down for it, man. I'm down for it. I think Nia Jax is pretty good. She's also gorgeous, right? So like, there's that. They're wasting her with, and they're also wasting Last Legend with this program. I'm not excited at all. Javon Evans ends up securing a victory over Wes Lee, but this match, as I said earlier, is probably the highlight of WWE's week. This match is fucking amazing. Wes Lee is a godly fucking performer. He should have been out of the developmental quote unquote show years ago. Same thing with Javon Evans. Not same thing with Javon Evans, because he was a newer act, but Javon Evans, he did have a showing on SmackDown, I believe 2 or 3 months ago, and it was fucking amazing. He got the crowd hot, he got the crowd to pop, and it was probably one of the more electric performances we had seen from an NXT star in a long time. But unfortunately, you know, he's back in this kind of trifecta of Obi Femi, Trick Williams, and Javon Evans. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I would say just fucking pull the trigger, man. Just pull the trigger. Like, Either have Trick lose his title, like, in the next couple of weeks, so by the time we get to the pay-per-view, we can get Trick versus Obi or something, and then Javon as a special guest. And even that feels a little loose, like, coming out, right? But there's not a lot you can do with this story, because I swear, man, I don't know where, I don't know when, but I feel like I've seen Javon put the beat down on Trick before. And I also feel like I've seen Obi and Javon put the beat down on each other before. So where the fuck else is this story going? Like, we were literally watching these same three face down like 3 months ago. Like 3 months ago when Swerve lost to Mox, I'm pretty sure these three were also having their little tit for tat. So it's like, what is this for? Who is this for? What is the purpose of this? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not going to be entertained by the match, because again, like, same thing with Wesley, even same thing to a certain extent, same thing with like Ethan Page and same thing with Morello. Like, not terrible performance, far from bad fucking performers, but the matches and the bookings here, the ideas that are supposed to be going into, you know, the story that plays behind these matches, it's just poor. It's poor, man. It's poor as fuck. And I really want to give Shawn Michaels his due, because, you know, I really do think that he is one of the better parts of this kind of DX booking conglomeration Fina. But I'm not gonna lie, man. This is pretty mid. Probably like some high mid. Looks like some high mid. But again, like Wesley, Trick, Wesley and Javon, Hoot. I mean, Jada Parker, she's nice to look at, but, like, you know, I wouldn't want to have a conversation with her on politics at like 9 a.m, right? Like, she probably ripped fucking every other fucking worldly idea I have to shreds. Yeah, that was NXT, man. That was NXT. There's really not a lot here. I think my biggest takeaway is that body shaming is cool again. And you guys had a body shaming segment on the exact same night you had a Nia Jax arrival. That's also something I will not comment on. I was left a little surprised. I was left a little shocked. I'm always surprised when these aren't to my liking. But it wasn't terrible. Far from good, though. It was far from good. And moving forward, I mean, like, I just want to see some of these guys, like, carry on with their fucking victories. Like, I mean, Damian Priest. I mean, even like Jada Parker. You know, Jada Parker, put her against a real hooper. Give us Jada Parker and Jordan Grace. Just do it. I don't consider fucking Jada a face, so if you put her against another face, that's perfect for me. She's an in real life heel, so, you know, it all kind of balances out. That was NXT. That was NXT, July 29th, 2025. It really does surprise me when WWE doesn't put on as much as AEW. It really does, being that they have just so much capital, you know, so much opportunity. And so much time, also. A lot more time to kind of flesh out their scripts, being that they just have so many more people on their payroll. I'm really I would hope that moving forward, these matches will make sense and that they will connect on some storytelling level. Because right now, it's just a lot of filler. Just a lot of fluff. And maybe, you know, people are okay with that. I was just left a little underwhelmed. And, hopefully Shawn Michaels can lock in on the next episode. I do not know when the next NXT pay-per-view is coming up, but I'll make sure we get to that as well. We will be also making sure to grab Dynamite and Collision, being that it's going to be a Wednesday, Thursday venue. I will make sure I tackle both of those, and we'll also make sure to get to Summer Slop. This has been Cappy, and I was left fairly underwhelmed. Stay tuned and stay beautiful. Peace, y'all.